Hello, Music Multiverse listeners, and welcome back to Beyond Your Radio. And this is Keep It Dark. Pelican, a gregarious, immediately recognizable bird. That that distinguished pouch and presence, the symbol of self-sacrifice, dedication, which is obviously connected to more parenthood aspect of that feeding of nature. But let's also realize that bountiful beak and what it can carry, as well as what it sees and has seen. The landscape survey, they've got posts that they've chosen, climates, and predatory and survival skills. They understand their part in the ecosystem, an unassuming respect, so to speak, toward it. Chicago, Illinois' post metal doom instrumental band of the same name have the same nature, that nurturing dedication to the birth and ultimate letting go of not only a sound, but a song or an album, but also probably to the stage. Their music has doomy riff and metal expressions. Sure, I mean, that you get. That you get from any band before the vocal begins. But it also has depth in what it can bring and what it holds and how long it holds it for, much like the expansive beak of the bird they're named after. And this, what continues to make this band truly soar a little bit further, despite the weight of what it carries, or the genres they've been classified as resting in. This ability to carry a distinctive load of musical expressionism has kind of allowed a scope of stoner rock, doom metal, post metal, and even progressive rock and progressive metal, as well as there's even acoustic in certain bridge areas and virtuosity that kind of hits this, I don't know, different windows that you wouldn't expect, as well as there's flute in one of the songs, if I recall correctly. And this is over the span of multiple albums and EPs. This band is able to open and interact, as well as share albums with all kinds of interesting artists in genres that are in variety and sort. You've got Cursive, Denali, Minus the Bear, Wolves in the Throne Room. They've done work with the Japanese band Mono, actually splitting an album in half, as well as touring with High on Fire. They're elementally dark places in the early recordings of the band, but there's always space and introspection to the soul of their music. This is especially true in the epic qualities of some of those works. So much so that even flute again and those other instruments kind of made their way past the surface of the doom, past the surface of the riff, maybe some distortion too, or grunge like qualities. So, why this kind of music? Why venture into stoner rock's doomy grunge instrumental? The answer is in the very genus Pelicanus, they've taken their name from. Their music travels within the album. It has a flow. Yes, there's some cool EPs in their catalog too, which have extreme flow, and they're not short by any means. And I'm sure it transcends to their live expression of music, the way they do this. The delivery of each band member is selfless, seemingly attached to the others, as if this doom metal had that structure of non contemporary jazz. And in the early parts of this, you could have considered this band metalcore. Their music, despite riff and grungy arena, is careful to bless the listener and the music with space. Wonderfully spanned soundscapes that allow the music to kind of flow, fly, and land safely on even those smallest of places. The nurturing style has the akinment to a few bands, one of which has an instrumental that just one of the albums made me cry. So the band has the very strong wheelhouse that you're familiar with, but does have legitimate calling to tight structures and elegantly crafted songs that have you in the mind of like hum meets explosions in the sky meets Russian circles. But there's tracks with that bear the fruits of their influences as well. Like, obviously Black Sabbath is one of those that hits, and Soundgarden as well. But, some might be a little, there's Radiohead, there's Smashing Pumpkins, there's Hum, which I already mentioned, and a variety of others. Sometimes lyrics and vocals can force instrumental areas of songs to be forced to fit, or they don't allow the musical exploration, like the range. The albums have that beautiful flow, flight, fuzzy, fancy, and more. There's a grace here that's it does have a little wobble and weave and curiosity to it. There's elegance in certain places, in other places it's ruckus and roar. There's what it sees, and there's what it feels as the bird, what it flies when it sees the landscapes. But at the heart, it's all about the weight it carries in their songwriting, soundscapes that do not compromise. They nurture, provide, and do so proudly and darkly where necessary. But you know what? I really think it's the namesake, it's the band, it's the bird. You can't talk with your mouthful. Just play. We're on the web at beyondyourradio.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, of course. Articles, videos, podcasts coming soon. It's all about albums, bands, artists, anything we get our hands on. Go Beyond Your Radio with us, a real music appreciation channel. And join me in a few weeks, 2 weeks, for another journey into the dark. Thanks for watching and happy listening.